Sangha. Today we will do a poetry, which is also a sutta, a poetic sutta. This is the poetry about the encounter between Mara and Buddha. When Buddha was striving for enlightenment, Mara attacks Buddha, and there is a conversation that follows, which has been stated in the sutta in a poetic manner. So let's start reading. Khuddaka Nikaya's Sutta Nipata Padhana Sutta 3.2. Padhana Sutta is the striving of Gotama. So when he was still Siddhartha Gotama, the Bodhisattva, the one who was striving to attain liberation, that time Mara attacks. That is why the name of the sutta is the striving of Gotama. Padhana Sutta. Buddha said, as I strove to subdue myself beside the broad Niranjara, absorbed unflinchingly to gain the surcease of bondage here, Namuchi came and spoke to me with words all garbed in pity thus. So Buddha was sitting and meditating at the banks of the river Niranjara. He was absorbed in his samadhi. He was very determined that he wanted to attain the cessation of bondage. Surcease means the cessation. And what is it that binds us? It is our own mind, the cravings and aversions of our own mind. He wanted to attain that state of peace where no more thoughts of cravings and aversions can bother you, can take your peace away. When he was thus meditating, Namuchi, which is also the other name for Mara, the one who does not let go. That is the meaning of the name Namuchi. He approached Buddha and he spoke to him in words of pity. Let's see what Namuchi says. Mara says, oh, you are thin and you are pale and you are in death's presence too. 1,000 parts are pledged to death, but life still holds one part of you. Live, sir, life's the better way. You may gain merit if you live. Come, live the life of purity. Pour libations on the holy fires, and thus a world of merit gain. What can you do by struggling now? The path of struggling too is rough and difficult and hard to bear. So Mara is basically trying to dissuade him from his striving, from his penance, from his samadhi. He's saying, what are you doing? This is so hard, this is so difficult. Instead, why don't you live a life of purity? Do your rituals and gain some merit. That will be a better way to live rather than this harsh penance that you are doing. You are nearly at the door of death. So Mara is trying to lure him away from samadhi, putting into him the fear of death and the greed for good merit. Let's see what Buddha says. The narrator says, now Mara, as he spoke these lines, drew near until he stood close by. The Blessed One replied to him as he stood thus. Now Buddha says, O evil one, O cousin of the negligent, you have come here for your own ends. Buddha is very smart. He can see that if there is some kind of discouragement coming in something good that you are doing, it is coming from the evil one. So he's telling Mara, you are the evil one and you have come here only because of your own benefit. You want to meet your own benefit. And what is Mara's benefit? To keep you captivated in samsara, to not let you get free from samsara. Yes, that is Maya's job, and Maya does its job very well. We all have experienced this, isn't it? Now merit I need not at all. Let Mara talk of merit then to those that stand in need of it. Now Buddha has been practicing for so many years and has gained a lot of merit and has come to that point of perfection where he does not need any more merit. He has gone from Shila, which is moral values, ethics, merit. Complete collection of Shila is attained. He has moved on to the higher stages of Samadhi. For I have faith and energy, and I have understanding too. So while I thus subdue myself, why do you speak to me of life? So he has gone to a higher level where he has faith in himself, in his own understanding of what the path is and how the path will take him to liberation from his own cravings and aversions and therefore suffering. He has the complete understanding too. So he says there is no point of you trying to lure me with life anymore. Don't speak to me about life. There is this wind that blows, can dry even the river's running streams. So while I thus subdue myself, why should it not dry up my blood? And as the blood dries up, then bile and phlegm run dry. The wasting flesh becomes the mind. I shall have more of mindfulness and wisdom too. I shall have greater concentration. So you see, he's like a warrior. He is out to win this battle. And he's so determined that it doesn't matter if everything in the body dries up. He's so determined. He has taken that vow that until I attain liberation from my own mind, I am not getting up from here. That's how he sat under the Bodhi tree and just did not get up until enlightenment dawned. His determination was so strong, just like a warrior's determination is when he goes into battle. That it's okay if I die. It's okay. I need this more than anything in the world. If you are ready to die for it, it will come to you. You check. How is your interest or thirst on the spiritual path? Is it authentic? Is it sincere? Are you ready to die for it, then anything will come your way. Whatever you wish for will be granted. But if you are not ready to die for it, then Mara attacks you. So you see, Buddha is fully armored now. He doesn't even have the fear of death. So Mara could not lure him. For living thus, I come to know the limits to which feeling goes. My mind looks not to sense desires, now see a being's purity. He has lived fully, understanding what life is. In the process, he has understood the domain range of feeling. And feeling is what determines your actions. If right now Mara's fear would have moved Buddha, he would have given up. But he did not give into that feeling that arose. So he says, for living thus I come to know the limits to which feeling goes. My mind looks not to sense desires. Mara is trying to tempt him with life, with good merit. All this gives you a pleasant feeling, oh, I will gain good merit. But he does not look to sense desires. His being has become so pure that not a single sense desire could lure him out of his samadhi. Your squadron's first is sense desires. Squadron means he has like an army, okay? And he has these warships. And he tries to strike you with one or the other warship. Whatever is your weak point, somewhere you will fall, you will give in. Do you get it? So, Mara has this squadron of 10 warships, we can say. Yeah, so let's see what are the 10 warships. Your squadron's first is sense desires. Your second, sexual discontent. Hunger and thirst compose the third. And craving is the fourth in rank. These are all warships. Yeah. He strikes at you one by one, one by one. Either he'll produce sexual discontent in you, or he'll produce thirst and hunger, or he'll produce craving for something, and you will get out of your samadhi. Lots of people say, I'm not able to meditate. Check, why are you not able to meditate? How does Mara attack you? What pulls you out of meditation? You will get your answer in one of these. The fifth is sloth and acidity, means laziness. Sloth and torpor is nothing but laziness. While fear is called the sixth in line, skeptical doubt is seventh. The eighth is sliminess, hard-heartedness, gain with honor, praise besides, and ill-won notoriety, self-praise and denigrating others. We all give into being slimy, being hard-hearted, being dishonest basically, deceitful. We try to gain praise by wrong means and only believe in praising ourselves, putting others down. We don't think about honor which comes from doing things truly. This is also an attack of Mara. Mara does it by luring you into the greed of name, fame, praise, honor by doing wrong things. These are your squadrons, Namuchi, the black ones fighting troops. None but the brave will conquer them to gain bliss by the victory. You have to be very brave to let go of cravings that come up that are unwholesome, that are not for the benefit of everyone. Only the brave can shine out victorious. As though I'm weaving munja grass, proclaiming no retreat. Shame upon life defeated here. Better to die in battle now than choose to live on in defeat. So, in Buddha's times, the people who used to be warriors were called Kshatriyas, and they used to wear munja grass as if in a crown, and it would symbolize or signify that they are ready to battle and win, even at the cost of their own death. So they will not proclaim any defeat. They will not be ready to run away from this battle, come what may. Kshatriyas have been known to never ever succumb to cowardice. Yeah? So that is the meaning of this paragraph with the munja grass. Ascetics and Brahmins there are found that have surrendered here, and they are seen no more. They do not know the paths the pilgrim travels by. Many sincere spiritual seekers at that time were Brahmins who had gone into homelessness, into the forests. There were many ascetics who had worn the orange robe and gone into the forest too. These Brahmins and ascetics wanted to attain the highest truth. But when Mara lured them, they fell into the trap. So he says, many have surrendered here and they are seen no more. They do not know the path the pilgrim travels by. Who's the pilgrim? Mara. They don't know the path. That Mara will definitely attack them. So seeing Mara's squadrons now, arrayed all around, with elephants, I sally forth to fight, that I may not be driven from my post. So Mara has all his army laid out in front of this meditating yogi or this meditating person. This person says, I am very strong and I am not going to give into this army which is surrounding me. I will not leave my post. Leaving your post in meditation is simply opening your eyes, getting out of it, getting lost in thoughts and desires and emotions and giving up, surrendering, accepting defeat. This is a battle. When you reach that stage of samadhi or absorption, you encounter the strongest cravings and aversions. This is Mara's attack. One must go through it strongly. Your serried squadrons, which the world with all its gods cannot defeat, now I'll break with wisdom sharp, as with a stone, a raw clay pot. So no, not even the gods can defeat Mara's great temptations. Yeah? But Buddha says that now I will defeat you. How? Just how a stone breaks the clay pot. That is how I am going to defeat you that easily. Using what? What is Buddha's army? Just wisdom. Just wisdom. Just the truth. With the help of the truth, with wisdom, Buddha can break Mara's army completely. With all mind's thoughts within the range, with well-established mindfulness, I'll travel on from state to state, many disciples leading out. They both diligent and resolute carry on my sashana, and though you like it not, they'll go to where they do not grieve. So he says, I'm not afraid of you. I will be very mindful and I'll continue this journey and attain the highest truth. And then I will teach the disciples by going from place to place. And those disciples will also attain that state where they do not grieve. How? By using two skills. What are the two skills? Diligence and resolution. Diligence means very, very detail-oriented attention. Come what may, doing hard work with detail-oriented attention is diligence. And detail-oriented, why do you have to be detail-oriented? Any little craving can be an attack of Mara. If you're very detail-oriented, you recognize, ha ha ha, this is Mara. And I'm not going to give in to this. And it weakens. Another craving comes. With hard work, you're letting go of every little craving or aversion that comes up. And resolute. I will not move from here until I attain the highest. I will not give in to other enticements of Mara. Oh, praise, honor, name, fame, money, sex, women, or fear of death. Not given to any of these. Then let's see what Mara says. Mara says, though step by step for 7 years I've followed on the Blessed One, the fully enlightened one, possessed of mindfulness, he gave to me no chance. A crow there was who walked around, a stone that seemed a lump of fat. Shall I find something soft in this? And is there something tasty here? He finding nothing tasty there, made off, and we from Gotama depart in disappointment too, like to the crow that tried the stone. So Mara says, I have been really attacking this Gotama for 7 years. And 7 years he has not gotten subdued by me. He has not gotten enticed by all the temptations that I bring in front of him. So, like a crow that goes around a stone, a white flesh-colored stone, and thinks, oh, maybe there is something there. And the crow pecks at the stone and realizes, oh, there's not flesh, this is stone. And then he goes away, he flies away. Like that, Mara says, I am now disappointed. And even I let go of Gotama. Narrator. Then full of sorrow, he let slip the lute from underneath his arm. Then that dejected demon disappeared just there. And Mara goes away. Beautiful poem, isn't it? This is the truth. When you go deep into your meditation, your cravings and aversions come up, your fears come up, your restlessness comes up, and your lethargy comes up. These hindrances come up, doubt comes up, fear comes up. All this pulls you away from that state of meditation. Mara's attack is ceaseless, is relentless on each meditator. One must gather the determination like Buddha. Ceaselessly, relentlessly, you meditate. You go into that deep shunyata. Only the brave one will be able to defeat Mara. This comes from a firm resolution. Only if you have the resolution to attain the destruction of your own suffering at any cost. Are you ready to die for it? Then it will come to you. Again, don't believe me. Don't believe Buddha. You meditate and you check, really, doesn't Mara attack you? Maybe you're not resolute enough. Maybe it's time to gather your own armor of sharp wisdom. May you gain that wisdom in this very lifetime. Be your own light. Apo Deepo Bhava.